full-blown recap of that historic MSG game on Easter Saturday, April the 4th, 2026. Just what an I'm still speechless. I literally am still speechless from this entire Easter weekend of PHL action. You had on Good Friday, CTC, the second game at CTC. And we've already done our thoughts on that, so you can go check that out. Now, Easter Saturday, you literally have this historic moment for a franchise and a market that really needed a moment like this. Because everyone knows York has been struggling with attendance, even from the get-go, even from the very beginning in Season 1, when they split between Long Island and Connecticut. It was ghastly. It was just ghastly to see. Okay. I think we did see York quite a lot in that first season. Yeah, we did. It was like, oof, it was nasty. It was a huge basically for the community to say, there is a fan base here, it's just you've got to try and find ways to maximise it. So, it was a huge moment. And plus, this has been one of the league's most exciting rivalries to watch this season. I know my third tier members that they chose to come on would not agree with that. But this has been, for me, in my personal opinion, this has been an extraordinary and epic rivalry to watch. And I think, give it a few more years, and maybe a playoff series. Oh no, that's how that. This could be, and not quite being a very fierce competitive rivalry. I know Seattle has got the golden eyes in terms of a geographical rivalry, but you can also make rivalries elsewhere, and I think this would be more that I think would be epic to see these two sides go head to head in the playoffs here, because it gives quite a good extreme. We've had 4 epic matchups this season. That has been absolutely incredible. Of course, 3 of them have been on neutral territory, so even more epic. This game had it all. Even had a drone debris. Who thought that was a smart idea to get a drone cam? I mean, it was just. Some of those shots I thought, really? Do you need this? And apparently, one of them actually did crash into the video screen. So it ended up debris. And that's an accident waiting to happen. I'm sure Rangers fans think it's great, but I'm like, no. We don't need these fancy gimmicks. Okay? Less is more. Less is more. But New York, you basically got treated to the whole show. You literally got pretty much everything. It was absolutely incredible, and it's so loud. I mean, the Sirens tagline has been full volume hockey. We got that. It was so loud you couldn't even hear the whistle being blown, like that was that incident with Harry Knight's disallowed goal, which I thought was good. I thought that was a clean goal. I basically sat there and thought, that looks fine to me. I would call that, but because there was a brawl based goal on the other end, and the whistle was being blown beforehand, it was just like, yeah, you could not hear anything going on the ice, because the crowd were just giving it full, like, raucous! You know, going full on Glastonbury mode! That's how I'm going to describe it. It was just, you could not hear a single thing that was going on the ice. You just couldn't. When that replay goes up, watch it back, you'll see what I mean. That was just incredible. Like, literally incredible to have watched. Just incredible. So we're going to do the full-blown recap. We'll do it like we do with the Take a Tour recap, so you can hear quotes from both sides. That's how we'll do it. And I will then give the 3 stars at the end of the game. So basically, I'll do the Takeover Tour recaps now, where I give you the recap, quotes, and then do final thoughts. That's how we do the Takeover Tour recaps now. You've already seen it with a couple of the ones post the trip. They're basically releasing daily. We started over the weekend, because last week we managed to get that backlog all done. So by the end of last week, we were all done, including Calgary, of course, happened on the Wednesday. So they were now up. So yes, we got them all. So we got all caught up on the Takeover recap. They're basically just dropping one a day, all this week. There'll be a gap on Wednesday. Or maybe. Oh no, maybe not. No. Calgary's will drop on Wednesday. There'll probably be a gap on Thursday, because on Thursday will be the opportunity I'll get to probably record the file, Takeover Tour recap, and it might come out either on Friday or the weekend. Yeah, so that's how we're gonna do this. Okay, we did it with the Ottawa 1 and CTC as well, so this is how we're gonna do it. Okay, so I'll get straight into it. I'll give some more thoughts high five at the end. So York Steelers 2-1 shootout win over Seattle Torrent of record-setting crowd at Madison Square Garden. The York Sirens made their Madison Square Garden debut, a night to remember, earning a 2-1 shootout win over the Seattle Torrent on Saturday in front of a sold-out crowd of 18,006 fans, setting a US arena attendance record for women's hockey. So Affiliate tied the game with 3:45 remaining and scored one of the Sirens' 2 shootout goals in the historic victory. Defender Maya Nyland-Person netted the shootout winner, and Katie Osborne capped a 20-save performance by stopping 4 of 5 shootout attempts for her 9th win of the season. Alex Carpenter was the only player to beat Osborne tonight. First, when she buried a centering pass from Dale Sedakny at 2:51 of the second period, as time expired on a 5-minute power play, and another. And then once on 2 shootout attempts. There we go, something like that. Fillier's third period goal came on a tremendous effort from rookie Anne Tchaikovsky, who battled her way out of the corner and feathered a perfect cross crease pass for a tap in. Tchaikovsky had the best chance to win the game in the overtime when she decked her way through the Torrent defence in the dying seconds, but couldn't beat Cree Schroeder, who made one of her 37 saves of the night. York picks up 2 points for the second straight game and now trail 5th place Ottawa by 2 points and 4th place Toronto by 3 points, all with 5 games remaining in the hunt for that final spot in the World Cup playoffs. Seattle has 6 games remaining, so they're not mathematically out, but I think it's looking less more likely as the hour goes by. But Seattle 6 games remaining and trail 7th place Vancouver by 4 and New York by 8, and they are, I think it's now at time recording, I think it's 11 points back of that final spot. So I think it's a massive amount of Seattle to climb, but neither of them or Vancouver are technically mathematically out yet, which is a bit sort of not sure what to make there. Yeah. Right, we'll move on to the quotes. We'll start with New York, and we're going to begin with goaltender Kate Osborne on the magnitude of tonight's historic game and record crowd. Here's what I'd say. It means the world. Like, you just can't put it into words to have all those people show up for us tonight and show their support for not only the Sirens but women's hockey. I think it's just a huge step forward, and for everyone who plays and young girls that watch, I think it's just a huge step to see all those people supporting here tonight. Next up, Sirens head coach Greg Fargo on the team's young players stepping up in big moments and on big stages, is what I have to say. I think that's been a story with our team since day one. We're a young group, and we knew there was going to be some high up a learning curve for our group, and we're still going through that to a certain extent, but I'm really proud with how this team's developed over the course of the season. I know there's only 5 games left in the regular season, but it feels like we've got a lot more to give, and we're not anywhere near done. Moving on to Seattle now, we're going to start with Torrent captain Harry Knight on the significance of selling out Madison Square Garden, is what I say. It's funny because people ask if I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that we sold out MSG. It's a testament to the caliber of play that we have, our fan base, the product that we put together, and the work that we do when lights aren't bright. So to finally have this moment, and I hope it's not a moment, I hope we're back here. It's truly incredible. Even if we were getting booed or cheered for it, didn't really matter. It was an awesome moment for women's hockey, and to be part of a game where you set a record is truly outstanding. And finally, Torrent head coach Steve O'Rourke are what tonight indicate for the future of the league, is what I say. The biggest thing is that I'm just happy and proud, regardless of the result, to be part of this and to see the visions of the people who started this and how quickly it has grown and being supported everywhere across the country. Every one of these venues we go into are just about sold out, and what's going on in Seattle is second to none. It's an amazing fan base and encouraging to keep growing the footprint of this league. Where bring it back to Seattle? I mean, he's right. Obviously, Seattle is second to none in terms of fan bases right now, what they've done this year. But yeah, which is why I'm a bit concerned about the NBA's potential presence there. But we were actually at MSG tonight, Steve. We got to focus on that, baby. Oh dear, oh my. You just had to get in there, didn't you? Right, and let me find the 3 stars of the game. They are as follows. The 3rd star, Kareem Schroeder, Seattle, 37 out of 38 saves. 2nd star, Kay Osborne, 20 for New York, 20 saves out of 21 made. And the 1st star, Sarah Finney of New York, 1 goal. So there you go. So I'll just finish with some final thoughts of my own, just to kind of round this off. What an incredible moment, just for the league. And, you go back to 3 years ago when this league was starting out. If you were to say to me that we are going to be one day playing games in Madison Square Garden, I would say no chance. Because, that is one of the most world famous venues in all sports in the world. It is not easy to get events there, okay? Whether it's for sports or entertainment. And with a league like this, it just back then didn't feel possible because there's so much we had to get sorted in season 1 right. There was still a lot. Even when we got to the end of season 1, there was still quite a lot to iron out. Because you remember, this is all we had in season 1. This was all this was all we had in that inaugural season. This was the only thing we had. Okay, so the fact that we managed in season 3 to get a game in one of the biggest and most iconic arenas in all sports, it's incredible to see, and it's incredible to watch, and it's just a huge historic moment for our league as a whole. There just aren't enough words to describe how big of a deal this was for us. And also to have it on a long week as well. I mean, Easter weekend, and yet still we managed to get every single seat filled. Only one arena before this game had done that. That of course was Client Pledge Arena, back when the Torrent had their first home game back from the Winter Games, and it was an incredible thing to see. Just blows your mind. Yeah, never in years I think that was possible. It just shows how far we've come and how far we are growing, and the growth is happening at a more faster rate than I think we were prepared for. Okay, so I think we expect this growth to happen a bit more, steadily. It would grow at a more steady pace, not literally at the gates straight away. So I think that's taking us all back by how we are a bit far ahead in terms of growth, where we are on growth. So yeah, but it's just incredible to see, and to be able to do that in just season 3 is absolutely incredible, especially in a market that really needed a moment like this. Because since season 1, New York has been battered with the criticism of, you've got no fans, there's no market in New York, no one's interested in the game. Okay, they've had barrels and barrels of it. Okay, there's someone who did support a Major League Baseball team in Oakland. I know the feeling. I know because that's what I got given, particularly towards the latter seasons of my time there. I know what how it feels. Yeah, so for New York to have this game and basically silence the critics and put them in their place is a huge, huge moment. You just need to now replicate that in York. Open the upper bowls. Make the upper bowls open. And if day before game they're not selling, then close them off again. Okay? I want New Jersey to do something, because I don't see the Sirens getting moved again. I don't. I think the Sirens have got a good thing going in Potential Centre. Obviously, last season was quite tricky to make an opinion on that, because it was their first season in Newark, having spent the first season and completely all over the place in the actual state of New York. So I didn't focus it too much last season. I was just like, well, okay, well, let's just get you guys in, we'll see what goes. This season, I feel like now you have position on that, and I do feel that in Newark it's fine and it's manageable, and if the team can find a way to market themselves and get more people going to Potential Centre, then albeit, because there's no excuse. New York and New Jersey are not that far apart. It's probably a subway. It's probably just a subway ride. So get up your lazy backsides and get down there. Okay, that's all I'll say about that. That is all I'm gonna say on that. I'm not gonna poke the bear on the social media fights that did happen the day after this game. I'm not gonna go there. Not gonna go because it's pathetic. It's a waste of all our time and our breaths and our energy. Let's not even go there. Let's not poke the bear. Let's not poke the bear. Alright? Let's not go there. Yeah. And for Sirens, that's a huge, huge boost. Although they're going to be thinking, oh, if only we got that in regulation. Because if they got it in regulation, then it would have been TO in 4th place with 34, R in 5th place with 33, and New York would have been 6th place in 32. That would have been a regulation win the next game, and it would be right back in it, especially how TO basically got the whole week off. They're not back up till I think it's this Saturday. Yeah, I think it is this Saturday. TO's back in action. Unfortunately for New York, that is also the same case. Only Ottawa this week has a game beforehand to put the pressure on, but they would need maximum points out of that to really put the pressure back on TO and New York. I think New York's only saving grace is that Ottawa and TO still play each other 2 more times, so that's obviously both of them to take points off one another and then maybe give New York a bit of a chance. But I don't think New York's schedule is kind of favourable these last 5 games. I think they might have ended the season in Boston. I think they're going to be ending their season with Boston. So I think that's their last game. So I suppose you can correct me on that if it's wrong in the comments. Because I know that on the last day, TO is playing Ottawa and we are playing Vancouver, and I think Seattle's got Montreal. So I feel like it's just you'll just need to double check that to confirm it for me, guys. Yeah, so very excited to see how that's going to go down. The playoff race is getting so intense now. But I don't think we're going to have a goal plan race. I really don't. Really don't. Yeah. So just congratulations to York for an incredible night, incredible moment. You know, not just for the league, but also for New York, for PHL York as a fan base. That is also a huge moment to basically say, look, we are here. It's just you've got to try and market it right, and we'll show out. So, yeah, but such incredible moment, and I'm not sure that's going to get topped. I really don't think you're going to go top, because where else in America can you go that's bigger than MSG? I don't think there is anywhere else bigger you can go. So that, I feel, is just an incredible moment. So I don't think it's ever going to get topped. So just well done on that front, guys. Just absolutely, you've just outdone yourselves on that. Literally, just well done. Absolutely, just congratulations. And I remember the run up to the game when the stream was started. Even I was getting the chills, and it wasn't Mike Frost out there. Minnesota wasn't even part of it. We just played earlier in Minneapolis. It was a hard attack against Vancouver. So anyway, I'm kind of glad this game wasn't as so action-packed. I think all three of us kind of need a bit of a breather after the roller coaster we've just been on. My sports teams don't make clinching easy. When it gets to playoff scenarios, my hockey teams do not make it easy. We really don't. Especially having Nordy as an additional one this year. That's also not been easy. But anyway, at the time of recording this on Easter Monday, I've got the Frost in, I've got the Wild in, and I've got the Barracuda in. The fourth of my teams I'm not confident on, but we'll see what happens. But what that would be if all 4 of my hockey teams were to make the playoffs in the exact same year. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah. And I actually want New York to one day get that too. I mean, Sirens are the only inaugural 6 team left who has not made the playoffs. And I just feel that this is a team that the last 2 seasons in particular have really made those strides and those efforts to really try to give themselves a fighting chance to get to the playoffs. It's just unfortunately they're still struggling with what to do in terms of injuries when that happens, and also I'm not sure the tandem netmind situation is working well either. But who knows? There's 5 games left for New York. They could maybe still. They are in strike distance. They're only about 3 points back of TO. So we'll see what happens. But it kind of does now, the playoff race, it kind of does now feel like it's between 3 teams. Scepters, Charge, and Sirens. And unfortunately for these 3, what doesn't help is that they all have the exact same amount of games left on the card. The only benefit the Sirens have is the Charge and Scepters still play each other twice, and that's obviously for those to then take points off each other. So the Sirens then to do their job, that could then help them in terms of positioning and standings, and also for when draft order gets settled. Because I think if we do the same draft order we did last year, and that also could be done beneficial to where the Sirens get. I absolutely really do hope the draft order is exactly like it was last year. So you do it based on the playoff standing. So you go the teams that were eliminated in the regular season first, then you go by the playoffs and all that. So that's how I would love the draft order to stay. And then you just basically make expansion teams alternate last orders. Because it worked well last year in Ottawa. It worked well last summer in Ottawa. I was more happy with that draft order. That worked fine. So that I hope is something that sticks. We get to. We've still not got draft details, have we? We still have not got a date or location for the draft, and yet we're about what 2 months away. June's gonna be here before we know it, guys. We're only about 2 or 3 weeks left of the regular season, and then after that it's playoffs, and then as soon as that's done, because that will then go to bigger as well. Once that's done, it's then focus on drafts. Plural, pending expansion news. No, I think it's definitely. I think expansion is definitely happening. I mean, they did say in a press conference before this game, they did say that we are ready to expand, even though it will cost us more money. Who cares about that? Who cares about that? I don't care if it costs you more money. We've got a golden opportunity to come up. This draft class in June. It's a once-in-a-generation draft class. Let's maximise it. Let's put as many teams in that draft as possible. If it costs us more money, then so be it. I don't think money's an issue. We will make that back. Ticket sales are doing extremely well. If you can then get a national television partner in the US, that will then help as well. So, what was Stan Kasten even say? Was he on drugs? Was he on drugs when he made that comment? He is definitely on something, because I don't see money as an issue. In other sports leagues, yes, it can be an issue, but I don't think it's an issue for us. So what was he on when he said, had he already cracked open the rum? Had Pluto put him on the rum hours early? That's such a bizarre comment to say. Yes, we are ready to expand, but it will cost us more moolah. It will cost us more cheddar. So what? We're getting more teams in. More women get the opportunity to play hockey. So, again, it's short-term pains for long-term for long-term gains, guys. Okay, because that's how I looked at the expansion draft last year. Yes, we're going to lose really good talent on our teams, but I feel that's a short-term pain for the ultimate long-term gain here, which is to have more teams, more opportunities, and then hopefully more games on the card. Because hopefully the more teams we can get this league, then chances are the schedule can be expanded. Because 30 games just does not work. It doesn't work. It's too short. It's too short, especially as we are now going to be going to a world where the World Championships are before our season even begins. You do have an extra 3 weeks spare to then pad out the season a bit more. So we'll see what happens. Will we see more games at MSG? I don't know. I'm not too sure how to feel about that. I need to have some thinking time about that. Especially, of course, we've got one in TD Garden coming up this weekend as well. So, but this was just like a one-off event to fill a TBD in the side of the schedule. Then hats off to you. You did an incredible job, again, demonstrating how far this league's come in a very, very short space of time. So just incredible, absolutely incredible. I'm just so pleased for it. Yeah, this is such an amazing thing to watch, as it always is. It just shows that we are just not slowing down. We're not slowing down in terms of growth. We're just not slowing down. We're just not. And I don't see any reason why we should slow down. We're just going to keep going and going and going. We're just going to keep growing. We're going to keep growing. So get used to us, kids, because we're going to be here to stay. We're here to stay. We are here to stay. We're here to stay. And that's a perfect way to end it. So thank you for joining me as always. Until next time, guys. Take care and don't forget to pull the freeze.